that when Bitcoin miners first started mining, they were mining about 5,000 tokens per day back in 2009. Could you imagine 5,000 tokens per day? Now, here's the thing. That sounds like a lot of money, right? 5,000 Bitcoin a day, but it was worth about $3 a day. Now, if you were mining in 2009, you were getting $3 a day, and you spent $4,000 for a machine that was probably going to last about a year before it burned out, and you had to go buy another one. About a year in, you're going, gosh, my ROI is not so good, right? Everybody wants to ask, what's the ROI? What's the ROI? How much am I making per day? How much can I expect to make per week? That's the questions that I always get. Here's the thing. The second year, they were still mining about $3 to $4 a day. They might have been getting about 4,000 Bitcoin now because more people were coming onto the network. Let me ask you this question. Were they mining dollars or were they mining Bitcoin? They were mining Bitcoin. Now, some of you might say, well, what do you mean by that? I mean, this is worth $3 or $4. They were mining Bitcoin because they believed in the value of Bitcoin. There's a difference between price and value, and in a down market especially, price and value very rarely line up. They were believing in a currency that had the potential to change the world. And as a result, those that held on to their tokens over a period of a few years, around that third year, were very, very grateful. Even when Bitcoin just went to $100, guys, if you were getting it at 0.0003 and it went to $100, would you have sold at that point? I got to be honest with you. I probably would be on a boat somewhere. And then it went to 500, 900, 3,000, 9,000, and it just kept going up from there. So you have to understand the concept. Now, I want to explain to you why we're different. Some of you are saying, how is this any different than anything that I've heard before, anything that I've seen before? So I'm going to explain to you the tokenomics in the most simplest way that I know how, because tokenomics can be confusing. So I drew this, and I'm not an artist, but I drew this diagram for you. So first, let's talk about the average pump and dump. So there was a project a couple of weeks ago. I won't say the name because I don't want to get in trouble, but it rhymed with epee. and in this particular coin, you know, very few amount of people owned the large majority of those tokens, and this particular project shot to the moon. A lot of hype, right? A lot of speculation. And then when it hit its peak, those owners sold and it crashed, right? Typical pump and dump rug pull. Now, those people that are sitting there holding those coins that bought on the way up are praying that hopefully one day the value comes back. Now, 99 out of 100% of the time, when it comes to meme coins and pump and dumps, do the values come back? They don't. We might catch a little bit of an upward trend when we go into the next bull run. So how are we different? So every single project here at the top starts with our partners. I've got BGLD. These are our oil partners. We have over 150 oil and natural gas partners now that are currently online around the world. I have traveled to, we're the only company that I know of that takes large groups of leaders to these sites to validate them. And there's all kinds of footage and videos and interviews from the engineers that run these sites. So we start with the project: black gold, natural gas, drip, aluminum, DCM, just some of our projects that we have. All of the revenue that comes in from these particular projects goes into a trust. Okay? It all goes into a trust. This trust is governed by a smart contract, and the market managers have to enforce the contract. And they have one obligation. That is to buy up as many tokens as they possibly can at the cheapest price that they can and send them to a burn wallet. Now, I want you to think about supply and demand economics. We'll come back to this in a second. Supply and demand economics, very simply, if you look at it as simple, at its simplest form, when you have a large demand of something and a low inventory, what happens to price? Tends to go up, right? If you have a high demand and high inventory and low demand, what happens? Price tends to go down. Look at the housing market the last couple of years. You had a lot of people that were moving, but they're in a home. So what happened to the price of the homes? They went through the roof. So in that same way, Bitcoin, and we borrowed kind of a piece from Bitcoin, they have these deflationary mechanisms that are built into them. Every 4 years, Bitcoin has what's called a halving event. They take half of the tokens that are in circulation and they send them to a burn wallet, never to be used again. Now, when you have a finite amount of tokens, which means there's a set amount of tokens, they don't have this flexible approach where they're just going to keep printing more and more. When you have a set amount, and every 4 years you're taking half of them and sending them to a burn wallet, what happens to the other half to those tokens? Every single time that we've gone through a halving event with Bitcoin, the price has gone up and it has triggered a new bull run. Why? It's a deflationary mechanism. It's just like if we had all these dollars and we started taking half of the money in circulation today and sending it to a burn wallet, do you think the money you have in your hand is going to become more valuable? Of course it is. So the problem with the cryptocurrency industry is that everything revolves around Bitcoin. And so Bitcoin has a halving. It goes up to a new high. It eventually hits its peak. People sell off. It starts to cool off. It goes into another crypto winter. And we sit there for 3.5 years looking at our crypto wallets going, do something, like do anything, waiting for the next halving to happen. And people don't like that volatility because if you don't catch it at the right time, your money's stuck. And that's the biggest problem with cryptocurrency. So what if there was a way that we could create the same type of deflationary mechanisms, but do it every month, and more specifically, even every single day? So here's what happens. The money that comes in from all of these partners goes into a trust. Now, the trust has one responsibility. They watch the market all month long, and they wait for it to hit its low, whatever the low is, and then they step in and they buy up as many as they can, and they send them to a burn wallet. And then every single month, on the 19th, they submit a report to all of the node holders telling you how many tokens were burned out of circulation. Here's the biggest difference. Let's say that this meme coin that we're referring to, and I could list 1,000 of them, same scenario. It went to the moon, the main owner sold, and it crashed. Is there anybody there to step in and start buying the token at that point to help restore the value of the token? There's not. Now, let me give you a real life example of one of our projects. So we had a project launched about 4 months ago. It's called Bev. Bev performed exceptionally well, came out of the gate, and it just shot up. I mean, it was going crazy. And at the same time, our ecosystem was changing a little bit. We had opened some different markets. We had some people in the beginning. It was more long-term holders. We were starting to bring in individuals that maybe weren't as longer-term mindset holders. And so there was a lot of change happening in the ecosystem. And they saw this token that went up and they saw a chance to take profits. So they all decided to sell in the same day. It was on a Friday. And we had about $100,000 worth of sales come in the first 10 minutes. And we had over $1 million, I think, within the first day. The value of that token went down 90%. And not only that, but when you see that happening, it creates a panic effect across the rest of the projects. Because now people are like, oh my gosh, the sky is falling. I need to get my money out. So a lot of people started to sell. So one by one, our token values started dropping. And it was about 6:30 at night, date night for me. I'm driving to dinner and my phone starts ringing and people are panicking. And my words to them, these exact words are what I said to them. Do you trust the trust? And if you do, the best thing you could do right now is go buy this dip as fast as you possibly can. And here's why. And if you understand what I'm sharing with you right now, you understand what makes us different. When that value went down, these market buyers that are sitting here in this trust are sitting here with millions and millions and millions of dollars that have come in from royalties. And they're watching and they're watching. And finally, when it hit a bottom where it seemed like there's no more sellers, the sellers have kind of, we call them the paper hands. The paper hands have kind of exhausted themselves now. We've hit a low point. What do you think the trust did? The trust started buying up tokens. Why? Because the objective is to burn as many tokens as they can and send them to a burn wallet. Well, when you have that much buying pressure, can anybody tell me what happens to the price of a token? That's exactly right. Bob, you got it right. Started going right back up again. I could not pull over fast enough on the side of the freeway, and I could not figure out how to get money switched over to USDT and to buy this dip fast enough because I saw what was happening. And within a 24-hour period, the values were back up. Within a 48-hour, everything was in the green. And I have friends that I know that they put about $3,000 to $4,000 into projects that ended up making over $150,000 on that dip as a result of watching it. Now, what was the difference? Guys, right here, we have a trust that helps to reduce volatility, but it brings real world value to the table. Do you realize that right now there's about 350 million wallet holders in the world? It's about 4% of the population. Do you realize that that number is projected to grow to 1.5 million wallet holders within the next few years? What do you think is going to be the catalyst? Asset-backed crypto. That's the catalyst, because people are tired of speculation and hype. They want tangibility and substance. Now, what if, how should I say this? What if there was a blockchain that was introduced that catered to these type of asset-backed projects? What if there was this debt chain that was introduced, this blockchain that came out that now said we are going to be the first in the world that caters to only asset-backed projects to ensure that these pump and dumps and meme coins never happen again? Wouldn't that be something? Now, I can't say that's happening, can't say it's not happening, but all I'm saying is that it could be happening. And if it were to be happening, I definitely want to be a part of the ecosystem before it happens. So hopefully I'm a visual guy. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of an understanding. There's nothing else out there in the world that's doing this. How is this possible? 15 years of boots on the ground, establishing relationships with the foreign minister of oil and gas, who I've met with in Ghana. We have the only onshore, offshore oil and gas mining license in the country's history. Why is that such a big deal? Go right off of the shore of Ghana. Every major big boy has one of these billion-dollar giant floating mining facilities that's there. Why? Because they know there's a huge amount of oil there. And we're the only ones that have a license there onshore. Now, will we mine it? No, we'll go partner with one of these companies and we'll receive a royalty. I stood in the middle of jungles in Ghana at our gold concessions. That's 100,000 square acres where literally, if you look down, the ground is shining because there's so much gold on it. So we have all of these resources and assets, and it's not just commodities, real estate. There's so many things that can be tokenized. And we have pioneered and created a turnkey way for people to be able to do that. Who do you know that has an asset that maybe wants to raise capital that would want to tokenize it and generate income? Man, wouldn't that be cool if there was a blockchain coming that would allow that to be able to happen? So hopefully you get a kind of an idea and an understanding of how big this really is and how early you are in this process. Now, we're going to kind of bring it home here in the next couple of minutes. So right now we are listed on a number of different exchanges. I think it's 8 or 9 different exchanges, PancakeSwap, Bitmark, LBank. Our main token is called the debt token. We call it our utility token. Why? Because all of our projects are paired to the debt token. That allows you to very easily take that one token onto any of these different exchanges and liquidate. You can also swap in your app to USDT and then take USDT onto any one of your exchanges and immediately liquidate. So it's a very simple process. I will say that, debt token launched at a penny last year. It hit its all-time high in January of $40, just like all tokens do when they hit an all-time high. People take profits, it sells, kind of comes down, kind of sits idle for a little bit. And in the last 72 hours, it's gone up 76%. So what's happening? People are very excited about the possibility of a debt chain launching and getting an idea that maybe, it's not advice, maybe it'd be a good idea to have some debt token in their portfolio. But what's really cool is that a rising tide raises all ships, because all of our projects are paired to this debt token. And let's say we did have our own blockchain. All of those transaction fees, BNB that we use right now, because we're on the Binance blockchain, would now transfer to the debt token. You guys realize that if we were to have our own blockchain, that puts us into the category of Bitcoin, Ethereum, some of the biggest boys in the world when it comes to blockchains. And you're here as a pioneer in the beginning stages. So these are the licenses that we've currently introduced. Our debt licenses are sold out, NatG, Black Gold, and Grow. Our first 4 projects are sold out. What happens when they sell out? It converts to an NFT. Won't get too into depth into this tonight, but just know this. Once it converts to an NFT, you now have the ability to sell that license as an asset in the open market at places like OpenSea. Why would somebody buy it? Same reason they would buy an annuity, because it's a project that's going to pay them for the life of the project. So you actually can buy a license that has the potential to increase in value, and you can sell those licenses in the future. We have people that bought Black Gold in the very beginning when it first came out that have 4 or 5 times their money within a period of less than 18 months, because some of them have already sold licenses. We have digitally linked gold, which is backed by gold aluminum, backed by the Ghana Bauxite Corporation, one of the largest aluminum production facilities. It is the largest in Ghana. Aluminum is going through the roof right now. Explorer is our satellite technology that makes all things possible. Bev is a $1.7 trillion beverage industry. Blocks is real estate. Drip is water. And DCM is our newest project. And by the way, these prices are a little bit outdated. Drip is now $1,000 per license. And by the way, it's the best bang for our buck in our ecosystem right now. I will tell you, $1,000 for that license is a steal in my opinion. DCM at $2,000, I never thought that it would drop that quickly. And that is an incredible price point. So be sure to get back to the person that invited you here, and they'll be able to talk to you about where the prices are. The slide's just a little bit outdated. But what I will tell you is that we know not everybody can afford a perpetual license. So we've also come out with micronodes. And micronodes give people the ability to be able to own a fraction of a license. You can buy 1 micronode, which is equivalent to a 1% output of a license. You still get paid for the life of the project. You can collect more and more and more nodes over time. Kind of like, you know, I love silver and gold. I just opened my package. I get 8 silver coins and a gram of gold every month shipped to me. I put it in my little cigar box, and I enjoy collecting it. It's just another place of stored value for me. Excuse me. Well, over time, that adds up, right? In the same way, we have people that buy, you know, a 10-pack, a 5-pack of micronodes, and then every month they might buy a 3 or a 5-pack, and it just adds to the overall output to the point where eventually they end up having an actual perpetual license. Now, I got to tell you, we have one of the most incredible promotions running today. It was just announced this morning, and I'm telling you, if you have not had a chance to grab this, go grab it. It's $500. It includes 10 licenses that are listed here, DCM, Drip, but I want to point out that NatG and BGLD are on here. These are both sold out licenses. They've opened up the vault. Now, some of you say, well, if it's sold out, how do they have them? We had a rental pool that we used to rent the licenses. We still have these rentals, and we've converted them into our micronodes. And so you have an opportunity to be able to get 2 NatGs and 2 BGLDs and 2 Explorers as well. And the first 1,000 purchases will also receive 2 free aluminum micro licenses as well. So this is what we call our sizzling summer bundle. If you're watching this and you're like, you know, I'm new to crypto, I don't really know where to get started, perfect for you. If you're watching this thinking, yeah, I want to build some belief and just kind of watch it and see how it works, this is perfect for you. If you've got a portfolio and you're just trying to collect and build up some licenses, this is perfect for you. Why? Anytime something like this comes out, I just grab one, throw it into my portfolio. It's just like adding to my licenses, and over time, I have a wealth creation plan of 3 to 5 years, and I just keep adding to it. So this is a phenomenal opportunity to be able to come in and take advantage of this particular promo on the right-hand side that you see. For those of you that are, and I'm going to skip over tokenomics, we already got into that. We do have a wonderful app that allows you to be able to track everything, makes it very, very simple. Very soon, we'll also have a debit card that ties directly back to your tokens. So you can use that debit card right against the tokens that you have. I don't know about you, but I don't keep a lot of money in the banks anymore just because I'm not a big fan. So we are making it easier and easier and easier to truly be able to transact digitally, which is where the world is going. And so we have an amazing app that allows you to be able to track your rewards in real time coming in the door. For those of you that want more validation, we've got, 10 hours, I mean, you could go spend 10 hours watching videos of validation where we've traveled to, the top left-hand side is the taller one is the site in Nebraska. We've got sites throughout Texas. We've got where you see down on the bottom left. I was there. I almost had my head taken off by a guy with an axe pick in that gold mine right there. These are the farms that are down here in Ghana that we went to, our high yielding agriculture. We've got the Ghana Bauxite Corporation. You can hear from the engineers to the architects that developed the satellite technology. You can listen to them and showing you the scans. There's as much as you want. We'd be happy to provide you with as much information as you need. In closing, I'll just say this. I really do believe that the community is one of the greatest assets here. I feel privileged, and it's a pleasure to be able to work with so many incredible mentors. The gentleman in the middle here on the screen, Viraj Patel, is the top earner in the world in network marketing. You don't have to be involved in network marketing here. You can come in and start like I did as a customer and just buy licenses and let them go to work. You don't have to have an auto ship. You don't have to recruit anybody. You don't have to build a team, and that's fine. But for those of you that do want to create an additional revenue stream, guys, there's a lot of people that are looking for solutions right now. And you don't have to be an expert here. All you have to be able to do is just invite them to watch a presentation like this. The gentleman in the middle, his peak is he generated over $1.4 million in revenue per month in income. We go on all of these amazing trips all around the world. We were just in the Dominican Republic, Punta Cana. 6 months ago, we were in Barcelona, where we do all kinds of fun. We call them our Awaken Leadership Retreats. And it all comes back to this. You have some different ways to get started. You have different options. It doesn't matter how you get started. The only thing that matters is that you get started, right? Because, the one thing that I've learned is that there are two types of people. People that take action, and then there's inactivity, right? Inactivity will cost you more money than anything else in the world. We have these memberships. These basic memberships allow you to come in. This is for somebody that maybe doesn't want to get involved in the referral program. Maybe they just want to come in and kind of like Costco, you gain access to our licenses, but it allows you to be able to buy them wholesale. It's $50. There is a one-time $15 processing fee that I do want to point out as well. And that allows you now to be able to go and buy our licenses wholesale. Could you go to debt and buy them direct? Yes. But you'll also pay $1,000 to $2,000 more per license. We have a pro membership. And by the way, the basic membership has a lot of value in it. Number one, it comes with some different channels where you can start learning about managing your money and some different strategies. Number two, it comes with hosting credits. Any license that you buy only comes with 30 days of hosting credits. So you can start earning hosting credits with your basic membership. So that is something that I recommend. The third thing is it gives you access to our mentoring. If you're going to get in this ecosystem, you're going to want to learn about these X nodes. And so we have calls almost daily, live calls, where you can go on and you can ask questions about how do I withdraw? How do I reset my password? We get those all the time, right? How do I do, all these different questions. We have a live X node specialist that's there every day that you can go on and you have access to as an active member of our basic membership. Our pro membership is going to give you more hosting credits. It's going to give you access to our academy. It's going to give you more channels so that you're going to have access to, start learning more about some of the different strategies that's available. The travel is in there as well. Our premium membership is for those that want to access driven trading. That's our flagship driven trading, live trading right before your eyes, becoming very, very popular inside of this ecosystem. So you have 3 different ways that you can get started. If you want to come in and just buy some micro licenses, you can do that. You can take advantage of our bundles that we currently have. You do have to have at least a basic membership to be able to take advantage of any of our promotions that we're currently offering. And then we have kind of an add-on platform that's available to you as well. So I would recommend that you get back to the person that invited you here, and they will ultimately be able to help you get started when it comes to picking the right choice for you. Now, for those of you that want to understand a little bit more about the business, I'm going to pause here, and I'm going to invite those of you that were here just to learn about the different products that we offer. I'm going to invite you to go ahead and say goodbye. But for the rest of you that want to hear for the next 3 to 4 minutes about the business opportunity side of what we have to offer, I just want to touch on a couple of slides for you. I want to talk about a way that you can start a digital business here today for as little as $50. You know, I've started a lot of different businesses that have cost me millions of dollars that have not come close to producing the revenue that this business has produced for myself and my family. There are different ways that you can generate income here. You can earn from just referring somebody. It never fails. I always have somebody that comes to me that says, Travis, I don't want to do anything to do with building the business. I just want to buy licenses. I say, okay, no problem. And then 3 or 4 days later, they call me and they say, hey, can you talk to my sister about this because she's interested? It happens all the time. So you have a way to be able to get, we call it a referral bonus or a direct bonus, same thing. Somebody buys a license, somebody signs up, you get a commission. Just like if you go sell a house, you get a commission, same thing, right? Then from there, we have a stepping stone, kind of a roadmap to success. And that is once you come in and you start to go get 3 people and they get 3 people, you can start earning some bonuses along the way. So first, here's the direct bonus. You earn money every time somebody signs up on either a basic, a pro, or a premium pack. And you also get that residually every month. So every month that somebody renews, you get that income every single month as residual income. The second way that you get paid is an apprentice bonus. You go out and help 3 people and help them to become an apprentice. Guess what? Now you earn a $100 bonus. That means that your monthly membership, if you are building the business, is paid for. What's the first objective in any business? It's to get your product for free, right? So we teach you very simply how to get to the point where your product is paid for. And then from there, you can go out and you can start earning money through rank advancing. We're the only company that I know of that allows you to have a guaranteed income every single week based on the production of your team and your organization. Every single week, I get a $2,000 bonus the company sends me to do whatever I want with, because we're hitting at the level of Crown Ambassador right now is my current rank, but we do that every single week. And so they give me a $2,000 bonus every week. We're the only company that I know of, excuse me, I'm getting a little dry. We're the only company that I know of that even if you only have one line, and some of you that have been in the business, you'll understand this terminology a little bit. We have a binary structure, but if you only have one line that's billed to nobody on the other side and any other binary, you make 0. Here, with this rank bonus, you can earn up to 6 figures a year, even with just one leg, just with this component alone. So our goal is to bring somebody in and help them to become a builder. How do we do that? We teach them to get 3 and help them, those 3 to get 3. They are now earning $87 a week or $500 a month. From there, we continue to duplicate that process. And over time, you go to producer and then executive producer and then influencer. As you start to hit those ranks on a weekly basis, you receive the correlated rank bonus that goes along with that rank every single week. And then the best part is the team commissions. You get paid through Infinity 10 to 20% of the week side volume every single week through Infinity. And the caps get higher and higher and higher and higher depending on your rank. You can earn up to millions of dollars every single month. I mentioned to you that our top earner is earning over $1.4 million a month. We have over 100 of the top 500 earners in all of network marketing currently inside of this compensation plan, with over a dozen earning more than $100,000 per month. So there's a great compensation plan, a great way that you can earn. I think I'm going to stop there because I don't want to get too in depth. You can withdraw your money with bank deposit. You can withdraw it with PayPal. I like to have my money sent to me in crypto, so I have it sent in USDT. And then I take that and I put it into my own decentralized wallets. And that's where I like to keep my funds. And then I only liquidate what I need into my bank accounts to be able to pay my bills. So there's different ways that you can withdraw the funds that are coming to you if you decide to participate in the business. In closing, I'll say this: community is much more than belonging. It's about doing something impactful together that makes belonging matter. You know, I thought a long time ago when I got into this industry about 20 years ago that it was about the money. And don't get me wrong, money gives you choices. Money doesn't buy you happiness, but it gives you choices. But here's what I've learned. I've learned that it's not so much about the money, it's about who you become in the process and who you help along the way. The money is a byproduct of those two things. And so I'll share this with you. We are at a time in the world where people need help. They're looking for solutions. The world is changing, and we have an opportunity to give them these new options, or at least introduce these new options. I'm not here to sell or close anybody, but I am here to open doors and to help people to realize the power and the potential of digital currency, especially as a pioneer with the first company in the world to introduce asset-backed crypto. I'm proud to be a part of raising the bar in this industry. I'm proud to be a part of IX Global. I'm proud to be a part of DebtBox. And it's a privilege to be able to share this with each and every one of you. So if you enjoyed tonight's presentation, let us know. The best way you can let us know is to go sign up as a member, and we'll make sure that this presentation gets loaded up on my YouTube channel. If you don't follow me, go over to YouTube, type in Travis Flaherty, and you'll see the presentation coming up soon. So with that, my voice is just about gone for the day, so I'm going to close it out with that this evening. You guys have a wonderful day.